Well, hi everyone. This is Crystal from A Crystal Clear Life. And today we are going to be setting up our May section in our digital planner in OneNote. So stick with me. Hi everyone. This is Crystal from A Crystal Clear Life, where we focus on planning, organizing, and living a more simplified life. I love using my digital planner to help me plan out all kinds of details, all kinds of projects, you name it, I put it in my digital planner. So it's always very important for me to get the month set up ahead of time. So this time in this video, we will be setting up the month of May. I want to get those critical pages that I need for the month set up so that I am ready to go when May actually rolls around. I think for the month of May, I'm going to be using a new daily type layout, but that will be a different video. So stay tuned for that one. Which leads me to say, if you have not become a subscriber to our channel yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you as part of our community. Remember, subscriptions are free. They do not cost anything to you, but they do allow YouTube to know that people are enjoying the channel, and it really helps the channel be seen by more people, which is our goal here. And if you liked today's video, please go ahead and punch that thumbs up button, again, to let YouTube know that you are happy with the content that we are making. Now, without further ado, let's get into the computer and let's get planning for the month of May. Well, as you can see here on my screen, I am using this beautiful sticker set for the month of May. It is called Pink and Blue Florals. Which is a very obvious title. I think it's just great. And it is from Pretty Planner Place, which is one of my favorite sticker shops over on Etsy. And I bought this mini sticker set to use, and I think it's going to make a really, really pretty planner pages for the month of May. Now, May happens to be my anniversary month, and I thought the florals for my anniversary would be appropriate. Okay? All right, so you can see here in my OneNote planner, if you are new to OneNote, let me quickly explain to you that you can have a notebook. So you see over here on the far left-hand side, I have a notebook set up, and I have lots of other notebooks that I work in, and those are all listed here on this drop-down menu. But my planner, my workhorse, as it is, my everyday carry, as some people call it, is my 2023 Crystals Life Planner. Now, within that planner, just like in a paper planner where you would have tabs that would divide up your different sections, I have tabs along the top here of my planner. And in addition to the months, January through December, I also have some sections for year-long activities, collections, calendars, that kind of thing. I have a place where I keep my goals. I have a place where I keep projects. And I have a place all the way down here where I keep quick notes, okay? Now, you may be wondering why all of the months aren't listed here at the top. Well, I create them as I go. I don't need to have them all created at the same time, and I can move them around if I need to move them around. Okay, so let me quickly show you how to start a new tab. I'm going to go down here to the plus sign, and what I like to do is I like to set up the tab for the upcoming month. So let's see, that will be, if I click in that space, I can rename that June. So then I am ready for June. And I will move that. When I click and hold it, you see this very small little black triangle up here in the corner, and I can simply drag this tab following that triangle down to the position that I want it to be in. Okay, so now I am ready to start putting things in for June, doing some future planning if you'd like for June. Now, I'm not happy with that color. That doesn't say June to me unless I'm going to the beach, which I'm not. So let me pick, Let's see. I have no idea what theme I'm going to use for June yet, but June for me is a very sunny month, so I'm just going to make it yellow for now. I can always change it if I decide to use something that doesn't really match. For example, for the month of May, I don't really think this purple matches what I'm doing there, so I'm going to change that color section as well. And let's see, I may make that orange to kind of match up with some of those colors that are in those florals. We'll see. If I don't like it, I can always change it. That's one of the great things about digital planning. All right, so now I have a new section here. I have June already set up, and when I jump back to May, you can see here that I only have a few pages listed in May. So again, to review, we have our notebooks over here on the left. We have our tab dividers across the top. And then within that tab divider, we have the individual pages here, okay? What I like to do for future planning is once I set up a section, I just start dumping things on the first page that's in that section. All right, let's go see what I dropped in that first page for May. Well, not a lot. You can see here I have the pink and blue flowers that I already bought, and then I listed that they were in the downloads file on my computer so I would know where to find those. And I also found this cute typewriter GIF, which I thought was really cool because I am currently reading a book that is a murder mystery that takes place and involves an old typewriter repair shop, okay? I can't remember the name of the book right now, but I will link it in the show description if you would like. It's kind of interesting because they talk a lot about the old typewriters. And if some of you have followed me over on Instagram, you see that I have a couple of old typewriters here in the house. So I think that's kind of interesting. Anyway, let's see. So not a lot going on my May page. And then I have a couple of pages where I have collected some notes about a trip that may or may not be happening in the month of May. We're still not sure what's going to happen. We'll just have to see. I'm just going to leave them there as notes in case I need them. Okay? All right. So the first thing that I do, and the easiest way to do this, is to copy and paste from the month before. So I'm going to go back to my April section, and here you see I have a number of pages that are very important to me. The very first one that I'm going to set up today is, I guess, the dashboard, since that's one that I clicked on, okay? So I'm going to go over here to the April dashboard page, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to say move or copy. And when I do that, I get a dialog box that comes up, and it says, where do you want to move or copy that to? Well, I don't want it in my current section. What I really want to do is I want to put it in May. So I'm going to click May here, and I'm going to say make a copy, okay? Now, while I'm here in April, I'm going to make a copy of a couple of other pages that I need to set up as well. One is my April inbox, and another one is my health and habits, okay? So you see I can highlight by holding down the shift key. I can highlight both of those at the same time. And again, I can do the same thing. I can right click, go down here to move or copy. This time it's going to say put May at the top because that's the last one that I used. Yes, I want to make a copy of those, and I want to put that in May, okay? Another page that's very important is my personal meal planning page here. I do not want to move it yet because we are still in April and I still need it in April. So I'm going to leave that here for now, but I know as May starts, that will be a page that I move over. But I do want to move over my household tasks. So again, right copy, move it to May, and make a copy of that. Okay? All right, so let's jump back to May and get those pages ready to go. So here we are back in our May section, and you can see I still have my just very, note junky note looking page there. I have my 3 pages of potential trip information that I might want. And then I have my theme, which is the pink and blue florals. And then I have the 4 pages that I want to work on, okay? Let's start at the top and move the inbox all the way to the top. And what I need to do is I need to go in here and clean this up. I need to get rid of everything from the month of April. Now, don't worry, this page is still stored in its original form in the month of April. So I'm not losing all of these tasks that I have not completed yet, okay? They'll still be there. I'm going to speed this process up. All I am doing is clicking on the container that I want to delete and hitting the delete key. Here we go. All right, I had a lot of notes and things that I had stored in my inbox for the month of April. But again, remember, they're still there in April. I haven't lost anything, okay? Now, to get this page set up so that it is ready for the month of May, I need to decorate it. I need to create a title, and I want to put my list of all of my standard customized tags that I've created for myself, okay? So first things first, let's go find those standard customized tags, all right? So in my year-long section, I have a page that says Master Inbox List, and that is listed right here, okay? This is all of the tags that I have created for myself. So they relate to the things that are important to me. And what I simply do is I copy those and I take them back to May. And whenever I am working, I like to paste on the side. And I put that right there, okay? Now, the reason that I start with this list like this is because OneNote syncs to all devices. So it can go on your iPad, it can go on your phone, it can go on your desktop, it can go everywhere with you. And so what I like to do is I like to have this when I am out and about. Either I get an idea about something that I'm supposed to do, I'm out walking in the yard and I see a garden task that I'm doing, I am at a doctor's appointment and they reschedule and give me a new appointment. I like to have a place where I can quickly write down that information. That's what this inbox page is for me, okay? So let's say, for example, that we are, riding in the car somewhere and suddenly I remember, my husband and I are having a conversation and I remember that I need to get the oil changed in the car, okay? So I would take out my phone and I would open to my inbox and I would come over here to errand, go to the end of the word errand, I would hit the enter key and I would say oil change in the Pilot that we drive, okay? All right, now if you look at this customized tag that I've made, it says errand. So automatically I have now added another item to my errand list, which is an oil change, okay? By having less friction between the idea in my head and getting it into my planner, by being able to have it on my phone and on my tablet and all that kind of thing, it just really, really makes life easier for me. And I love that, okay? So I always start out with this completed list, and all of the items are checked on this completed list because I don't want duplicates of that. But you see that the newest item that I added here, the oil change in the Pilot, is not checked because I have not completed that. Once I do take the car in and have the oil changed, all I need to do is come in here and click that, and now it is complete. If I click it accidentally, I can reverse that, okay? So I always have a current list of things that I need to do, all right? Love, 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 love customized tags, okay? All right, now I'm going to add some decoration to this page and make it interesting to look at. So the one thing that I need is I have a sticker set that is all of the months of the year. So I am going to go up here to my search feature and I am going to type in months. And as I type that out, you will see pages come up in the search feature where the word month has occurred, okay? I know that I store all of my stickers in my personal notebook, so I know that months of the year is the one right up here on the top that I want. And when I go to that page, you can see all of the pretty stickers for all of the months, okay? So here's May. I'm going to click it. I'm going to make a copy. I'm going to go back to my 2023 planner, and I'm going to go back to my pink and blue page, and I'm going to paste the word May down here. All right, so that I can decorate it the way I want it to decorate it, okay? Now, one thing that I was thinking when I first saw this is I thought it would be pretty to use this sticker. So I'm going to make a copy of that. I'm going to paste it as well. And I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to, well, I don't want to cut it. I'm going to see if it will fit in there. Now it's probably going to go behind it. See how it goes behind that graphic? Okay. All I need to do to fix that is order it. So I'm going to go up here to the order. I'm going to say bring to the front. So I want this word May in the front. All right. Now I can make it smaller, and let's see how it fits in that little box. Okay. Let me make that bigger so we can all see what it looks like. Okay. All right. I think that looks pretty good. I like the way these gold roses kind of go around here, and it gives us a little bit of outline, and then we have some outline branches around the word May. I think that will work for me. Okay. Another option that I could do is I simply could type the word May in a text box, and then I could go through and I could choose whatever font I wanted to try. Let's say I wanted to do just this brush script. It looks very similar to what they have here. I could bring that over, make that bigger if I want. Let's see. To get these small movements, I'm simply holding down my Alt key. Okay. Now maybe that's just a little bit too big. So maybe instead of 48, maybe I want to try 44. So I can just type in the number 44 and scale it down just a bit. Okay? All right. So what do we think about that? Well, you know, I actually kind of like the bird a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that May out. I'm going to put this one back in. Again, holding down that Alt key to get that placement just the way I want it. Just like that. Okay. And if I want to, maybe I don't like the complete shape of this, I can always play around with it. I can make it more narrow, you know, and that actually might not be a bad idea since I'm going to use this for a title. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click my graphic, so you see that big box there, and I'm also going to hold down the Control key, and I'm going to click on the word May, all right? And then I'm going to right click and I'm going to say copy, and then I'm going to come over here in some blank space outside of this text box, and I'm going to say paste as a picture. Okay, now that you see it's pasted as a picture, but when I click on this word May again, it does not, I can't change it. Okay, so it is what it is. So now it's just one big graphic. All right, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to copy it, and let's go back to our inbox page, and we will paste it on the side, and then I can move it into position. All right, so let's do that. It's kind of a big box, that's okay. Let's just move this whole container down. Again, I was never able to do this kind of manipulation of graphics and things, when I was just paper planning, because, you write something down and the next thing you know, you've run out of room and you can't erase things, you can't change things, it's not that easy to fix things, okay? So I really, really like this. All right, and I think I'm going to pick this nice dark blue to kind of complement that. All right, now I can put this where I'd like. If I want it in front of there, I just have to go down to order and bring to front. Okay. All right, so I can decide where I want that to go. Maybe I just want it under here, under the bottom, like that. I think I like that one the best, okay? All right, now my notes and musings, I'm also gonna change the color to this dark, and let's see if there's some kind of box or something that I can put there. Let's see, scroll back out on this page so you can see all of the graphics. This side is pretty much florals. When I put them in here, I put them in a way that I could see that. And then this side over here is pretty much boxes and that kind of thing. All right, let's go in here and let's try this green one. We're going to copy that. We'll take it back to our inbox page, paste on the side, and there we have that. Okay, now pull off notes and musings. Let's make this as big as we want it to be. Remember, I can not only change it to scale, but I can also make it wider if I want to. Okay, all right, and then I can put this, I can cut it and then paste it again, and now it will be the top layer, like so. Okay, and maybe I want to make that bold so it stands out a little bit more. Okay, I like that. Just a place to jot some notes. Okay, all right, so this page, actually, I leave it very simple, very plain. All right, let's go to the next one, which is my health and habits, and I will get that cleaned up, and then I will show you the cleaned up version. Okay, so here's the cleaned up version of my health and habits. I want to give it a title that it's missing. All right, and instead of these being purple, we're going to change those to blue. Change these to blue. All right, and then we are ready to start recording our information. All right, let's see if there's another decorative piece that we want to put on there. I really, really love the, I love the florals, the little corners that they do. I think they are so, so gorgeous. There you go. Wow. All right, I'm going to leave some space down here because from time to time I do write notes at the bottom of my health and habits page. If I've changed medications or started taking a supplement or something like that, I like to have room to be able to jot that down at the bottom. Okay, and I am doing my 8888, the Great 8. So let me go grab that real quick. Okay, so here is my 888, the Great 8 health goals. I like to try to eat 8 fruits and vegetables. I like to try to take at least 8,000 steps per day. I like to get at least 8 hours of sleep per day, and I like to drink at least 8 glasses of water per day. Okay, so those are kind of my health goals. Now let's see if I can find something. Maybe this would look good to go next to that. Paste that on the side. And let's make that a little bit bigger. That is like a ribbon. So let's see, we can put that over there. And then I can shrink it down to the right size. Just kind of a way to flag those goals, okay? I very much like to kind of do my decor in like a V shape or, you know, triangle of some sort. So that's kind of good. It gives your eye a space to rest on the empty spaces and something pretty to look at, okay? Health and habits, ready for me to go. Oh, except I need to change the title at the top to May, Health and Habits. And then I am going to click on that page, click and hold, and I'm going to drag it up right underneath my May. Again, need to change the title, inbox and notes. Okay. All right. The dashboard that I brought over from April looks like this. It is my long range planner. So my, you know, kind of my monthly log for what's coming up, what goals I want to work on, what I'm currently reading, listening to, eating, all that kind of stuff. And then my garden tasks that I need to do and my recipe for the month that I want to try. All right. So this is how April looked. And let's go ahead and get this cleaned up and then we will bring in May. Again, I'm going to speed this up. I am clicking and deleting. Okay, while I was cleaning this page off, I remembered the name of the novel that I'm reading. It's The Comic Sans Murder by Paige Shelton. It's listed right up here. That's the one that I was telling you that takes place in the typewriter shop. Anyway, I'm only about 7 chapters in, so I can't really give you a recommendation for it, but so far it's very interesting. Okay, now I need to go to my long-term planning calendar over here, and I need to bring in the month of May. So let's go do that. So back here in long range planning, year-long planning pages, I have my 2023 yearly calendar. And what I need to do is go in here and pick up the month of just May. And I make a copy of that. And then we will take it back to May. And again, I like to paste on the side so that I don't mess everything up. And there it is. We'll bring that over. And you can see that my monthly log is very bullet journal-like, okay? Because what I do is I simply create, it's a 3-column table, as you can see here, and I have the day of the, you know, the number day of the month. I have the day of the week that it is, and then I list anything critical that is coming up, okay? And so when I take a look at this, I can see any long-range planning that I might have been working on, okay? Now, this again is something that I keep in my year-long calendar, and when somebody says, hey, Crystal, you know, what are you doing in August? I can look there, and if I have to schedule something, I can put it on the calendar at that point. Does that mean that it's going to happen? No, I'm just blocking out that area just in case something, you know, comes up, okay? All right, so I like being able to have that with me at all times, and keeping it in my year-long section is really, really helpful. In bullet journaling, they call that a future log, where you have a section for each month where you write down important dates and that kind of thing. I also keep in my year-long section a perpetual birthday calendar that I refer to at the beginning of each month, and I write down any birthdays that I have, you know, in the family that I need to celebrate, okay? Nothing for the month of May, although my husband and I do celebrate our anniversary in the month of May, okay? All right, let's see. Let's get some of this decor over here and see what colors we need to adjust. So we're going to pick that title. We will copy that And we will paste on the side, and we can put that in place. There we go. Now you can see that the color that I have picked out here for May in no way matches what I have going on for the month. So in order to fix that, all I need to do is highlight the row of the table that I want. Right click on it, go down here to table shading, and you see it shows me the green color that it currently is. I can choose any other color that I want, okay? I can either pick from the theme colors, the standard colors, any recent colors that I have, or I can even go down here to more colors. If I have the hex codes, I could even type in the hex code of that particular color. But let's see, I can go over here and I can find something, that I think might be pretty close. Or I can, let's see, let's go back and use one of the theme colors. And I am just going to pick this medium blue because I don't want anything too dark. Okay, and when I look at that, that is close enough for me. I am not somebody who needs to have the colors matching perfectly. That does not bother me. And what I am doing is I simply highlight the weekends and any holidays that there might be during the month so that they stand out for me. Okay. Oh, and look, we've got a 3-day weekend coming up in the month of May. So hopefully you guys are going to think of some fun things to plan to do for Memorial Day. Okay? All right. Now, let's see. Here are my goals to focus on in May. So we're going to change this to May. All right. I'm not happy with these colors, but I will fix them when I get over to PowerPoint. For now, let me zoom in so we can focus on these goals for May. So for home maintenance, what I have been doing is I have been, I painted the windowsills and the stair trim and that kind of thing. So I have my cute little paint can there next to that. I also have some door frames that I want to do. So I have to paint door frames, and I also have a secretary that I am working on that I'm going to get painted in the month of May. So I'm going to paint that secretary. All of the supplies have come in, so I am going to be ready to go. Okay? All right. Let's make that a little bit smaller. There we go. And my niece's quilt is coming right along. I have the backing, and all I need to do now is I need to get it long arm quilted. So that is my goal for the month of May, to move that project along a little bit farther. Okay. And again, here you see I have this cute little graphic of a quilt. And then I also have under home maintenance, I've been working in the basement, and my goal was to get some craft supplies organized downstairs. I'm about halfway through them, so I'm going to leave that as my goal to go through and work on that craft area. Okay. And yes, I am decluttering as I go, getting rid of some things, which feels good. Okay. All right. So the goals are set. My currentlies are empty and waiting for me to be able to fill those in. Let's go up here and change this highlight color. Let's give it one of these peachy colors. Let's go a very light peach and see if that looks okay with the flowers that we have. Yeah, I think that will be okay. Okay, and then in the garden, I need to go and get my garden stuff. My garden stuff goes right here in this section. Again, back to my year long. And I have my master gardener list. And here are things that I need to work on in the garden in May. So again, I'm going to copy that. I will take it back to May and I will paste it right here. And these are the things that I need to work on in the garden for the month of May. Now, I add to this list every year. I change things as things are important, like if there's something that I know that I have to do. Like, for example, this year I do have some azaleas that I'm going to need to prune. So I will actually highlight that, and then I will go up here to my customized tags, and I will mark that as a garden task that needs to be done. Okay, so then it comes up on my to-do list. All right. And then right here, after the last frost, plant the warm season vegetables. That also is a garden task that I need to do this year because I do plan on growing some vegetables again this year. Okay. All right. So that's kind of how I use my in the garden section. All right. Now let's change that to this pretty blue that we're doing. And let's pick this creamy color, this creamy orange color, and let's go find some pretty florals. Okay. Now I could take some of these florals and make my own corner arrangement, but you know what? If she's already done it for me, why not just use what she has? So I'm going to go over here. Let's paste on the side. And let's put those in place. Okay. And there we go. Look how nice that looks already. I didn't even do anything but add a sticker. All right, now I have this little box down here, recipes to try. My 3-ingredient ice cream is something that I have for the month of April. So I'm going to get rid of that and I'll have to pick a new recipe. And then I have this purple box over here. Well, the pen properties will allow me to change the color of that. So when I click on pen properties, I get this box and it will ask me what color I would like to do it. Okay. Now I think in looking at the flowers, I might go with this lighter blue. Okay. Just so we're not too dark and too heavy. All right. I think that looks pretty good. Just to get us started. Again, remember in setting up these pages, I am just looking to get started so that when the month comes around, I am ready to roll. All right. So this dashboard now gets changed to May dashboard. And we will move it up, move it on up. There we go. All right. And our household tasks. This is a list of things that I like to accomplish every month, and what I do is I simply go through and change the tasks. I write down the date that I get those items done, and I change the the colors to match what I'm doing for the month, and that way that really helps me keep on track about what I have done and what I haven't done. Do I make myself do all of these things every single month? No, but these are things that I need to think about. Okay, so I do not clean out the garage refrigerator every single month, but I do know that when I am, when it gets near empty, that I will go through and wipe it down and wipe the handles down and all that kind of stuff. And I'll come back and put the date on here. It's kind of a, when did I last kind of list. And I think that is very helpful. All right. Okay, so again, let's change some colors here. We'll do our color shading. We can do the blue. And again, things like, the vehicles, they don't need oil changes or emissions done every month, but it is something that I like to keep in mind just in case, because you're not ever sure when something might come up. Okay. So now, in addition to that blue, let's pick that lightish orange color. Let's do the very lightest one. To kind of be that peachy color that goes along with our florals for this month. There we go. And let's grab some flowers. Let's see. I oftentimes will pick different things. Like for example, here I am holding down the control key, and so I'm picking, so right here I have 5 or 6 different things, okay? Now I can copy those and I can take them back to this page and Control V, and then there they are all on the page, okay? Then I can move them out of the container like so. And I just like to, kind of put a few on here as decoration, just to kind of make it pretty, something interesting to look at. Let's put this one down here. This one here. We'll copy that one again because we're going to need a few more leaves. All right, we don't want the leaves on top, so we will send it to the back. And put the flower on the top. There you go. And let's rotate this one so we can flip it around just to give it a different look. Even though we're using the same leaf, simply by sending it to the back and simply by rotating it, flipping it one way or the other, it makes it appear as though it is a different leaf. Okay? All right, let's put this one up here as well. And let's give us one more leaf. We can even rotate that one that way. So again, you're using the same leaf, but using it in different directions so it looks different. Now we'll send it to the back. And there you go. Okay, just something very subtle just to look at. I just think that makes it pretty. All right, now we will move this whole page up under our household tasks, okay? All right, well, there's the basics of our May monthly setup. We will be doing a weekly setup and we will be doing a daily setup. And in the daily setup, I want to show you a different technique for something called time boxing. So be sure to stay tuned for that one. That should be fun to do. I have talked about my time blocking before, how I divide my days into sections. Again, old school teacher here, first period, second period, third period. So I have times in my day when I schedule certain things. So that's kind of what my weekly and my daily are going to look like. This time blocking is a version of something that I've done in the past, but I think that'll be a fun video. So stay tuned for that one in the future. All right. Any pages that you use in your monthly setup that you think would be helpful to me? I do have that meal planning page that I bring over at the beginning of every month, which has a built-in shopping list, which I think is very helpful. But for the overall monthly setup, I keep my budget stuff in a separate notebook, and I don't really share that on the channel. So I never really include budget things on here, although from time to time you do see emails or things on here about a place where I store where bills have been paid. Let's see. I really don't think, in all the years that I've been doing this, I really can't think of anything else that I might personally need for a monthly page. But if you have an idea about a monthly page, please go ahead and leave it in the comments below so that we can learn from each other. And maybe I will be inspired to add a new page to my setup. Anyway. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really, really appreciate it. I really look forward to doing these videos with you every week. And until next time, here's hoping that you can live a more simplified and organized life through better planning. I use OneNote. Okay, until next time, bye.